Happy day, air signs. This is your weekly reading for the week of June 11th through June 17th. Thank you so much for tuning in and for being present with me and for being open, willing, available to receive what Spirit would have for you to receive this week. Air signs, air signs, air signs. Are y'all doing it? Are y'all doing it? If you've been tuning in, paying attention to the energy, if you've been listening to the readings, are you doing it? Are you integrating? Are you being present? Are you allowing yourself to experience the shifting that is occurring on your behalf? Are you allowing yourself to be present for the change and transformation that wants to unfold through you? Are you doing it, air signs? Are you doing it? Some of y'all are probably doing it and you're not even aware of what's going on, right? Some of y'all are probably experiencing this change and transformation and you're blaming it on the external circumstances and situations that are occurring in your life, and Spirit is like, it has nothing to do with that. There's a much greater reason as to why things are unfolding in the way that they are, and it's all for your good, air signs. It's all for your good, whether it's mentally, emotionally, or it's something tangible that's taking place in your life, in your experience. Spirit wants you to hear that it's happening for your good. Spirit wants you to know that it is not a coincidence. Spirit wants you to know that you are not being punished, but that you are being lifted up. Okay, air signs. So let's start by taking a deep breath. So just place one hand on your heart space so you can ground yourself into this moment so that you can be open and available to receive. Take a deep breath in through your nose and sigh it out. Deep breath in and sigh it out. Air signs. As we were just taking those deep breaths together, I heard in my mind, there's so many other ways. There's so many other ways available, okay? And there's so many other ways available. Whatever that means for you, hear that, receive that. Spirit wants you to hear there are so many other ways available, okay? Partnerships and alliances. Partnerships and alliances. That is the oracle card that I'm pulling for you. Partnerships and alliances. There are so many other ways available. Air signs. The partnerships and alliances card. Air signs. Okay. So what is Spirit asking you to move through this week, air signs, with this partnerships and alliances card coming through? I want to be sensitive. I feel like I always have to be sensitive with y'all. I feel like, and not that I always have to be sensitive with y'all, but that I just feel like, sometimes I have to make sure that I'm just, when I'm allowing what wants to come through, just keeping in mind, just to be sensitive a little bit, but also to keep it very real with y'all. You already know, but partnerships and alliances. Part of the reason, air signs, why things may be breaking down for you is because you haven't really truly lived in appreciation, okay? And so I'm hearing Spirit asking you this week to move through I'm hearing Spirit ask you to move through any feelings of disdain or bitterness that you may feel towards other people, okay? Because when that lives in your body, Okay, when those feelings of disdain, when those feelings of bitterness, when those feelings of maybe even hate or anger live in your body, especially whenever because a lot of it stems from childhood and you're carrying it in your body, so it can be easily triggered. Okay, it can be easily triggered because you're still carrying it in your body. And so that old energy, okay, we're going to refer to that as old energy because it is old. It has nothing to do with today. It has nothing to do with the experiences of today, but it affects the experiences of today. It affects your partnerships. It affects your alliances because of what you're holding on to, okay? And so Spirit is asking you to move through those feelings of bitterness, to move through those feelings of disdain, to move through those feelings of anger, regardless of who they're directed at, regardless of what that individual or those persons or people did. None of that matters. None of that matters, okay? Because here's what happens. We have these experiences in our childhood, adolescence, and our adulthood. We hold on to the disdain, we hold on to the anger, we hold on to the bitterness, right? And those feelings don't affect anyone other than ourselves, okay? And right now, I feel like, air signs, some of you could be experiencing the effects of what you've been holding on to. So Spirit is asking you to move through that, okay? So this week, air signs, the themes for you this week, we're looking at forgiveness. We're looking at forgiveness, forgiving others, forgiving yourself, okay? This is what you're being asked to move through, forgiveness, 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 grace and compassion, living with more understanding, okay? Understanding that it's never personal. It's never personal, because what happens is things happen, people do things, we take it personal, right? We interpret it as a personal attack. And so then we get stuck in those feelings because we're taking it personal. It's never personal. Okay, reconciliation, air signs, could be a theme for you all this week. Reconciling back to who you truly are, right? Because when you let go of the bitterness, when you let go of the anger, the disdain, whatever those feelings are that seem to be living in your heart space, when you let go of those feelings, you end up being reconciled back to your light, back to your true essence, right? But while you're holding on to all of that, listen, you think you're holding on to it, and you think by holding on to it, you're punishing other people or you're punishing someone else, but you're actually punishing yourself, because what you're doing is you're keeping yourself separated from your light. Okay, no matter what goes on in life, no matter who does what to who, and no matter what's going on, no matter what we experience, we are always supposed to remain in our light. We are always supposed to stay standing firm within our light. So that's the theme for y'all this week, air signs, and then this question is coming up is, can you allow your light to lead you? Even so, a phrase that I have that I say all the time, when things are going on in life, I'll say, even here, I'm going to choose love. Even here, I'm going to choose peace. So the question for you is, even here, can you stay steady in your light? Even here, air signs, can you stay steady in your light? Even here, can you allow yourself to reconnect with your light, to stay rooted in your light, okay? So the themes, like I said, forgiveness, grace, reconciliation, And it may not even really be about you being reconciled back to someone else. It may really simply be about you being reconciled to yourself, and in doing so, back to yourself. And in doing so, these partnerships, these alliances will naturally be lifted up. They will naturally experience expansion. They will naturally experience growth, okay? Because you are coming back home to yourself. And these partnerships and these alliances will remain faulty if you aren't, okay, if you aren't here centered with yourself. So there are some partnerships and alliances that may be coming into the picture too, right? That will benefit you greatly. So keep your eyes open for that. There may be some partnerships and alliances that that are going to help you in the process of healing and in the process of transforming and in the process of growing. So don't be afraid to ask for help whenever you need it. When you find yourself being, mentally or emotionally overstimulated or overwhelmed, don't be afraid to ask for help, but also practice discernment, okay, whenever it comes to asking for help, because not everybody means well. Everybody means well, but not everybody means well, okay? And so you really have to practice discernment, because you want to go to people who will guide you back to your light, okay? They will tell you your feelings are valid. How you feel is very much valid, but let's stay in our light, okay? You want to be seeking guidance from those kind of people, all right? But again, new partnerships and alliances coming in that may benefit you greatly, especially in some of the things that you are wanting to do in your life at this time, in this season of your life, whether it's you're wanting to transform and grow, or whether it's dreams and goals that you have. New partnerships and alliances are coming in, so you just have to be open, and you have to be aware. You have to allow yourself to be worthy of receiving this support. You have to allow yourself to see that at all times you are worthy of these partnerships and alliances. There's nothing that you have to necessarily do, right? All you have to do, your only responsibility, is to walk in the way of your light. Because when you're walking in the way of your light, you can't sabotage. It's impossible for you to sabotage. So let's get into it. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands, air signs. That's our first card here. We have the Queen of Wands. And through the Queen of Wands, air signs, something that I can hear, something that I can see, something that I am seeing is, man, air signs. So through the Queen of Wands, something that I'm seeing, something that I'm hearing is this. I'm seeing this image, okay? So if you see her in the card, she's just like frolicking, happy. She has her arms back. The wind is probably blowing through her hair, So this energy, we're dealing with, okay, you're being asked to nurture this charisma, your charisma, okay? Your passion, okay? Your passion, your charisma, your joy, all right? And I feel like the Queen of Wands is coming through because very mothering, that like the Queen Carrie has this very mothering, nurturing nature, okay? But also I can hear this message that for you, the Queen of Wands, air signs, is asking for you to begin to reconnect with your inner child self, right? To reconnect with this like childlike excitement and enthusiasm, to really nurture that, okay? To really give yourself a chance to play and to nurture that energy, that childlike excitement, that childlike enthusiasm, that childlike curiosity, okay? Giving yourself a chance to nurture that you know how that kids, they're just so imaginative. So giving yourself an opportunity to nurture that energy, that imaginative energy that lives within you, right? Because it feels like there could be a little bit of a disconnect. And so the Queen of Wands really wants you to reconnect with that, because what I can see through the Queen of Wands too is that there may be this energy that's living within you, kind of like your light was dimmed, but also that you just didn't have a chance to really, and maybe not that you didn't have a chance, but that wasn't really nurtured for you, that childlike excitement, and it wasn't really, I'm not gonna say nurtured, it wasn't really fed. And you're looking for it to be fed. You're looking to others to feed it for you at times. You're looking for things outside of yourself to feed that for you. And Spirit is saying, no, that it's not going to work that way. It's not. You can't put that pressure on someone else. You can't put that pressure on anyone else. Don't even put that pressure on yourself, but know that it is your responsibility to nurture that, right? It is your responsibility to nurture that. And then we have the Hermit. Okay, we have the Hermit. So as I was just mentioning, connecting with that inner child, the Hermit is calling you inward. The Hermit is saying, you know what, this week, let's spend some time going within. Let's spend some time in meditation. Let's spend some time going into your prayer closet. Let's spend some time alone. Let's take a time out for a second. Let's breathe for a second, okay? So that you can reconnect with yourself, so that you can allow the light to be shed on what it is that you need to release and surrender, so that you can experience this energy of you being reconciled back to yourself. Okay, a part of what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling, and this may come through more during the clarifying cards for each of you. Yeah, let's see. Okay, and then we have the Five of Swords. We have the Five of Swords. What you're being asked to release, Gemini or air signs, is this energy. And Gemini, as I'm saying that, you may really be in it more, but this is for all of you. But the Five of Swords is coming through, and immediately what I heard is that you're being asked to surrender this it's me against them mindset, because that's affecting the partnerships and alliances, right? Mentally and emotionally, you live there. You tend to live there, air signs. You tend to live in that space of it's me against them, and it's not. And I feel like weeks back with one of your readings, air signs, that energy, that message may have come through again. But remember the themes for you this week: forgiveness, reconciliation, grace, compassion, letting go of the bitterness, letting go of the disdain, letting go of the anger, right? That's the theme, that's the energy for this week. So with this card coming up, it's just reminding you that as long as you're holding on to that mindset that says it's me against them, you won't be able to release yourself in the way that you're needing to release yourself. You won't be able to liberate yourself in the way that you're needing to liberate yourself, okay? It's not you against them. Remember, I said don't take anything personal. No matter what's going on, don't take anything personal. Nothing is a personal attack. Everything is actually happening for your good. Everything is actually happening for your process of evolution and expansion. Can you see it that way? Can you take on that perspective, right? Can you allow that to be your perspective, air signs? I kind of want to pull, I am going to pull a clarifying card for the Hermit, because I want to see why the Hermit is coming through. Like, I know why it's coming through for you, but obviously, but we want to gain some clarity and just kind of see what the Hermit is really speaking to here. Obviously, the Hermit is asking you to slow down, okay? Because you can't heal, you can't be reconciled back to yourself, air signs, if you are overstimulated, if you are busying yourself, okay? Don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into that trap of busying yourself as a way to, because what you're doing, air signs, you're actually avoiding. Okay, you're actually avoiding, and what you're avoiding is you're avoiding yourself. Because you could be making decisions right now, air signs, and your heart, your light is calling you in a different direction, but you're going in this direction, and there's this resistance, okay? So let's see what came through. Super. Okay, so we're clarifying the Hermit. We have the Two of Wands that's coming through. So part of the reason why the Hermit is coming through and is asking you to spend some, alone time, the Two of Wands reminding you that the world is in your hands, okay? The world is in your hands, and you have to decide. Again, you're being asked to make a decision. Am I going to walk in the way of my light? Or am I going to continue to allow these feelings of bitterness, shame, anger, all these feelings that I've been carrying in my body for so long? Am I going to continue to allow those feelings to direct me or to sabotage things for me? Or am I going to decide to walk in the way of my light, right? So Spirit is reminding you through the Two of Wands that the world is in your hands. Everything happens at your command. Life happens at your command, air signs. Everything happens at your command. Everything is a reflection of what's going on within you. Everything is mirroring back to you these belief systems that you're carrying within your body. Okay? And so this week, you're really being asked to make a choice. You're really being asked to make a choice. And then we have the Three of Cups. Okay? So again, what was I saying? Was one of the themes, reconciliation, okay? Because the Three of Cups is a card of celebration. Three of Cups is a card of community and relationship. And so I'm hearing, don't give up, Libra. Ooh, listen. That is hilarious, because why am I being so specific? That never happens. But that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing, don't give up. This is for all three of you, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. But Libra, don't give up. Don't give up. Look, things aren't always as they appear. You can't get caught up in the appearances of things. That's what I'm hearing. But in order for you to see that, you have to take a step back. You have to take a step back, all right? In order for you to see that, you have to take a step back. The Hermit energy coming through saying it's time for you to kind of isolate yourself. It's kind of time for you to go into seclusion. Okay, it's time for you to tuck back into your shell. I always use the analogy of a turtle going back into its shell. I'm like, I'm going into my shell. And that's the message for you, air sign, is go back into your shell so you can really see things for what they are from a spiritual perspective. Because listen, Three of Cups energy is like, listen, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. This is what's available to you. This joy, this celebration, okay? This joy and this celebration. Again, I said one of the themes is reconciliation. So that's what we have. We have reconciliation. We have rejoicing. We have celebrating. But when we look at things through a more temporary lens, we can't see that. We can't see what's really real. All right? We can't see what's really real. Gemini, your clarifying card is the Chariot. Your clarifying card is the Chariot, Gemini. So I pulled the Two of Wands, right? Speaking of the world is in your hands. You're being asked to make a choice. You're being asked to make decisions. You're being asked to get clear on who you are, Okay, air signs with the Two of Wands. Okay, who are you? Are you going to walk in the way of your light, or are you going to continue to allow everything else to distract you from yourself? The feelings of bitterness, anger, all those things. Are you, and whatever other feelings you're working through, anxiety, worry, doubt, are you going to allow all of that to distract you from yourself, or are you going to choose to walk in the way of your light, which is walking in the way of truth? Okay, and then Gemini, your clarifying card is the Chariot, and the Chariot again is kind of reiterating this message of you making a decision, Gemini, of you making a decision, okay, of you choosing listen, Gemini, I feel like you're ready to go on some kind of journey, and Spirit is calling you into it, and it's kind of like you're hesitant. I can feel this energy, this hesitation, and Spirit is like, why are you hesitating, Gemini? Why are you hesitating? We need you to decide. It's almost like air signs and Gemini speaking to you, but all air signs need to hear this. It's almost like Spirit wants you to see this as life or death, because it is. It is that serious, okay? It is a matter of life and death, okay? Because as long as you continue to walk in the direction that you're walking in, you'll continue to walk in the direction that you're walking in. But if you can decide to allow yourself to be redirected, right? So it's choosing, am I going to choose to walk in the way of life, right? You got to make a decision, Gemini. Aquarius, your clarifying card is the Queen of Cups. So more queen energy for you, more mothering, soft, tender, nurturing energy for you, Aquarius. Okay? More mothering, nurturing, soft, tender energy for you, Aquarius. And with the Queen of Cups, Aquarius, Spirit, with the Queen of Cups, Spirit is really, wow, okay. Aquarius. Spirit is showing me that it's possible that you could be stuck. Stuck is the word that's coming through, but it's like, Aquarius. Okay, here's where we're going with the Queen of Wands. Or the Queen of Cups, I'm sorry. Here's where we're going with the Queen of Cups, okay? It's just this very soft, again, like I was saying, this very soft, tender, gentle energy. And Spirit really wants you, Aquarius, I'm feeling this so deep in my gut for y'all right now. There's a wound. There's a wound, Aquarius. You're really dealing with the mother wound. Okay? And while you might have mad love for your mother, I'm hearing there's a disconnect there. There's a disconnect there. And that has left you, Aquarius, feeling very, not necessarily neglected, but it has left you feeling very, like, I'm feeling this just searching energy, like you're just searching for something or for someone to like love you, right? And so the Queen of Cups is reminding you, and this is why the Hermit card is important for you, Aquarius, okay? Because the Queen of Cups is coming in to remind you that you're responsible for filling your cup. because somebody may come in and they may do it for you, and it still might not be good enough. Okay, that's what I'm hearing. Like, somebody may come in, they may do it for you, and it still may not be good enough for you because you're not filling your own cup, right? You're putting pressure on them. And I mentioned the idea of putting pressure on people outside of yourself. And so this is really hitting home for you, Aquarius, is that you have a tendency to put pressure on other people to fill your cup, and you're not doing that yourself. So this is why the Hermit energy is really important for you, because you're needing to fill your own cup. Because once you fill your cup, you'll stop searching, and these partnerships and alliances can come in with ease, effortlessly, so naturally, right? And they will be in alignment. But as long as you're searching and pushing and putting that pressure on other people to fill your cup rather than you filling your cup, right? And I'm not talking about meeting your needs financially, okay, or physically. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about emotionally, mentally, spiritually, energetically filling your cup. You don't really take out a whole lot of time to do that, Aquarius, and Spirit is calling you into that space. Again, that's why the Hermit card is present for you. That's why the Three of Cups is coming up, because once you fill your cup, you'll begin to experience these relationships and partnerships that are truly fulfilling, okay, on a soul level. Right now, things seem to be very surface level for you, Aquarius, but if you want to experience something on a soul level, start to fill your own cup and watch that come in. I love how that just like, it took me a second to connect with that and feel what it was for y'all, but that's it. That's it. Libra. Your clarifying card is the Temperance card. So remember whenever I pulled out the Three of Wands and I said, be patient, Libra, okay? That's what this is. That's what the Temperance card is. That's what the Temperance card is. The Temperance card is asking you to slow down. The Temperance card, you know, let's also pair that with the Hermit, okay? We have the Temperance card and we have the Hermit. So you're definitely being called into a space, Libra, of really slowing down, of being patient. I feel like you're making so many decisions because you are telling yourself these are the decisions that I should be making, because this is where I am, this is what's happening, these are the decisions that I should be making. But that's not you living in the way of your light, Libra. That's not you listening to yourself. That's not you following your heart's truest desires. No matter what's going on, can you listen to your heart? Can you obey the will of your heart? Because if not, you're just going to complicate things for yourself later on down the road. Okay, so instead of being so quick to jump to conclusions, instead of being so quick to make decisions, instead of being so quick, you know, to take matters into your own hand because this is how I should go about doing it. No, Spirit is saying, slow down. Spirit is saying, let me guide you. Spirit is saying, stop. Spirit is saying, stop. Okay, I'm seeing a stop sign. That's the image I'm seeing right now. I'm seeing a stop sign. Spirit is saying, stop. Stop for a second. Slow down for a second. Okay? Stop expecting other people, Libra, to have the answers, and go within so that the answers that are living within your heart, so that you can receive them, so that you can see them, so that a light can be shed on them. Because what if Spirit is, listen, what if Spirit is calling you in a totally different direction than what you're going in right now, and you want to listen. You want to listen because you don't want to complicate things. You don't want to make things worse, okay? You don't want to complicate things for yourself by taking matters into your own hands based off of temporary feelings, okay? So Temperance, slow down, whatever else that means for you, Libra. There is no rush. Allow the process to process, okay? Take some time to be present with yourself. Definitely the Temperance card coming through for you is not a shock, because of everything else that came through, right? And so be patient, take your time, allow things to settle down before you decide, allow the smoke to clear before you make decisions and move forward. So sometimes, not, like I said a few minutes ago, not everything is what it appears to be, right? Sometimes we see things through one lens when really we should be looking at it through a more heart-centered spiritual lens so that we can really see what's going on. And so this is why the Hermit energy is so important for you, because you need to be open to seeing what's really going on and how you're being asked to approach it and be present with it. All right. So air signs, I love you all so very much. If you have any thoughts, make sure you leave them in the comments. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. If you would like to receive a one-on-one, you can go to the link in the description below and click on that to book your appointment. I would love to work with you and help you to move through whatever it is that Spirit is inviting you to move through right now. I'll see y'all next time.